Coming to you from the Jojitorium, it's Decaying with the Boys, episode 2. It's looking a little different this morning, though, because it's just Josh and I. And I'm glad Josh finally came prepared. He's not drinking beer this morning. He's actually having a cup of coffee. So welcome to the workforce, Josh.
Thanks, buddy. I'll move into the beer in a minute, but you know, I had to catch the red eye from San Diego to get here. So I needed some go juice for a little bit first.
So the red eye from San Diego, that's quite a bitch. I can understand.
Yeah.
I'm glad you made it.
You know, because I live there and everything. Yeah.
I got your postcard.
Did you?
Greetings from San Diego. It was really cute.
I tried.
I appreciate it.
I tried.
You think of me so much.
You got a cute butt.
Oh my goodness. Well, the reason why it's just me and Josh is I actually got an email from a rep from Starbucks. If you guys remember from the first episode, we kind of loosely talked some shit on the Starbucks triple shot, the dark triple shot.
Well,
yeah,
we didn't.
Yeah, okay. I didn't want to throw them all into the bus, but you're right.
I mean, he's not here, why not?
You're right. So yeah, I mean, Adam decided to talk a ton of shit on the Starbucks triple shot, and I got a cease and desist letter from a Starbucks rep who must just only look at podcasts that have dozens of listeners. I don't know how they found it, but
secret underground.
Yeah, and they gave me options though, Josh. They said there's different ways you can handle this.
Okay.
They can say, like, you can cut a promo about the sweet, smooth taste of a Starbucks triple shot with enough caffeine to get you through a podcast and brew day.
No.
That's why I was like, I'm not cutting promos for them.
Fuck
that
that.
Sweet
Fuck that.
nectar. Or they said, get rid of Adam. And I said, fuck you. We don't like Starbucks. Adam just got us Black Forge coffee to drink for this morning.
Hey, everybody.
He's not fired.
And Josh, I hope you choke on your coffee all the way from San Diego. How's everybody doing this fine day?
Dude, it's amazing to be back here. Thank you, everybody who listened to the first episode. We really appreciate it. All the feedback's been great. But I just want to go back to Starbucks real quick, just to let you know, I also tried to grab one of those after the podcast to try it, and you're right, it's awful.
It's the coffee flavor in it is what I expect, but it is just way too sweet. It should have been marketed by Monster Energy or something.
Yeah.
It's so sugar.
I tried
for something called Dark Roast.
Yeah, I tried one time to drive home from Florida, and I was stopping on I-95 at different places, and they kept giving me these fig and cream cold brews, and I shit my pants in Virginia.
I could imagine enough fig will have you.
You know Virginia's for lovers.
And also my asshole.
And buttholes.
I blew it out, buddy. It was not for the faint of heart.
Blow out on I-95.
I-95, step your game up.
I know that life.
But today we are drinking Black Forge coffee. We love Black Forge coffee here. It's a local establishment. They do a great job with bringing you everything you need, from heavy metal to great coffee and even better causes. So right now, Black Forge Coffee is supporting local independent music venues across the country with their SOS movement, which are Save Our Stages. You got to head on over to blackforgecoffee.com or follow them on Instagram at blackforgeshop and scream to the heavens, "Death to false coffee!" That's enough coffee in my veins to make me scream that shit, man. That was
sounded good. That sounded as black metal as Black Forge Coffee.
That's as black metal as I think I could possibly get. But going into more localness that we love, we have a very close-knit group of people that we like to associate with. We have a wonderful beer here for us today, and I just want to give it over to Adam so he can let us know what's up.
Yeah, so I think we're going to try to do this most weeks on the podcast, feature a brewery, usually local to Pittsburgh. Our first one are great friends of the podcast, Couch Brewing. They are in Larimer, PA. They've been around for a few years now. They have a very, very wide beer selection, ranging from traditional like Belgians and IPAs, Crispies, and Stouts and Porters to weird ones like milkshake IPAs and beers they're throwing tea into and coffee. they're probably best well known for their blackout event that they hold annually, where they brew 8 to 12 stouts and put different fun flavors in each one.
Those stouts are great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Are you talking it's always just stout season?
it's around Black Friday, yes it is.
Yeah.
Usually between Thanksgiving and Christmas.
Wait, it's actually stout season and not fucking porters?
Right.
Yeah. Okay.
But another thing about Couch is they have very fun names for all of their beers. Most of their original beers were named after pieces of furniture or things you'd find around the house. And then they're pre-COVID, and once we got a hold on it, their tap room is excellent. It is filled with couches. It is filled with bar stools. Their bartenders, their owners, their brewers are all the nicest people.
I can also say, too, not to interrupt you, but I know I don't get into the city as much, but when I go to Couch, they remember my name.
Yeah.
I come in, they'll say, like, I like certain beers there more than others, and they'll say, hey, we're putting it on tap at this time, or hey, I know you wanted one, they'll slot me tasters. It's not to be cliche, but it's like cheers, man. They remember my name.
Yeah, I can even speak to that.
Yeah.
So after I moved back, I went there one time for bingo, and the next time I saw the owner, he actually just referenced me by name.
Yeah.
I didn't even really talk to him that day,
Yeah.
and he knew me.
They're all
So yeah, they're great people
Yeah.
there.
Yeah, they're the best. And their tap room is styled like no other in Pittsburgh. It's very 70s, early 80s-esque basement vibes. Like you're in that 70s show passing the pipe around.
Puff pass.
Yeah, a little puff pass vibe in there. Disco balls, lights, good music. So yeah, check them out if you're ever in the Larimer area. If you're out by the zoo there, Highland Park, they're right there.
So with Couch, what'd you bring us today then?
So today for Couch, we have their new release as of recording this. It's the Comforter Belgian Dark Strong Ale that they put in these nice little...
They're so cool.
It's
I'm
a
gonna
baby
guess
can.
it's a 10-ounce can?
It's a baby can.
It's an 8-ounce
It's an
can.
8-ounce can.
But if
because
I know these guys well enough, they're looking out for my safety.
Yeah, it is a 10%
Yeah.
banger.
I'm a giant holding a pounder.
You look like fucking Andre the
I was
Giant.
just going to say, I feel like Andre. So let's crack these open and give them a try.
Yeah, buddy.
We're also using our licensed Bash Brew taster glasses. Ooh.
So the color is what I would expect.
Absolutely.
Nice and carbonated.
That's one thing I like about them too, man. The consistency of their cans, their drafts, everything. I've never had a beer come from them where I was like, man, this was canned too late, or the seals are broken. Nothing. They've always come great.
And coming from an amateur brewer perspective, Darren, who's the head brewer and one of the owners of Couch, has asked me to help out many times and has taught me things.
Yeah.
So I've been there for many canning days. I wasn't there for this one, but it's very DIY, but it's very precise and very calculated in what they're doing. Like they just have the process set.
It's amazing that you're downplaying your involvement with Couch, because it is time for one of our first announcements. Adam, let the people know.
So, back for this last blackout in November, we did a 4-way collab with Couch called the Four Horsemen with three. It was us and 3 other brewers: Jim Rittenauer from Doortop Brewing, Justin Goodfellow from Fury Brewing, and then Bobby Nacho from Couch, and Darren from Couch, along with us from Bash Brew. So we did that one together, and then tomorrow, actually, me and the brew wife Lori are going to Couch, and we're going to brew a double hazy IPA with Darren. So it's just going to be a Couch Bash Brew collab called Clouds Over California.
Oh yeah. Now, I know people are like, how do you name your beers? How do you go about doing this? And I don't want to give it away. I want to see if people can message us and let us know where Adam came up with that name. I'll just give you a hint. It's brutal.
Yeah, it's brutal. And I'm not going to give away where I got it from, but the reason it's called Clouds Over California is it is a hazy New England style in the look and kind of the mouthfeel. But as far as how it's hopped and malted, it is very West Coast flavor.
Yeah. I got to say, man, this is a great opportunity for, what I like to call Adam the people's champ. We miss competition season. We can't wait to get back out there and see everybody. But this gives an opportunity for everyone to really get their hands on what the mad genius can produce. And Darren being so wonderful to give Adam that opportunity, as well as the First Lady of Brews coming in there to all the artwork that she can knock out. She's a phenomenal artist, man.
Yeah, I can't say enough for Darren for giving us the opportunity. Not only that, but he let us run with the ball on it, basically saying, hey, what do you want to brew on Couch's system?
Yeah.
We'll produce it.
Which is wonderful.
And I'm excited to see you get out there, because with this, the comforter?
I've been sipping on this in between. I couldn't wait to say how great this beer is.
This is delicious.
This is amazing.
It hits you stronger than you expected.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. The aromas are on point. I mean, you're talking about some serious... Oh, excuse me. That's coffee and beer coming together.
I-95, here we come.
I-95, baby. Here we come. It's going to be a repeat.
Yeah, I mean, I get like a really nice sweet booziness off of it, almost like a cognac.
Yeah.
Sweetness, and then like that Belgian... What I like to call that Belgian funk.
Yeah.
You call it spiciness, but I call it Belgian funk.
I like calling it Belgian funk because I don't want to be like that dude, like the mouthfeel.
Right.
I don't.
And I think
I don't want to do that.
I think in the real world, there's nothing less funky than Belgium.
No.
So, when you can put Belgian funk in a beer, it's good.
It's delicious.
Maybe like Iceland.
Yeah. The Belgians that live in Iceland.
Oh my goodness. So.
No, that's funky.
That's like you being from San Diego.
Oh my god. Geography is difficult in the Jojitorium. We don't quite understand longitude and latitude, but what we do understand is bringing you the beers you need during whatever you want to call this season. I screwed up on the first episode, but let's just call it the season of deliciousness. So, Adam, if you could let the people know what's on tap right now in the Jojitorium.
Sure thing. So right now we have a little bit of the bubbly left, which is our Bellini Brut Ale. We have the new to the taps this weekend, Tuckered Stout. It's a chocolate peanut butter stout coming in at 7.5%. In the third spot, we have War on the Shore. It's a dark and stormy stout at 7.8%. And at number 4, our Big Daddy, Crushed by the Fists of God, our smoked honey Russian Imperial Stout, coming in at 11% and flying out of the tap room this week.
I can't even describe to you how many messages that I get, and I don't even pour the bottles out, of people asking me how to get a hold of it. Just so everyone knows, but I'm going to say it now before we plug it a million times. If you want to know what's going on in the Jojitorium, you got to get on our Instagram, at @bash_brew. It's the best way to see what's going on here, and it's also the best way to get a hold of Adam and the First Lady of Brews to order your bottles.
And just for next weekend, going back to Black Forge Coffee, we are coming out with our chocolate mocha coffee porter. Kickin' Kitty Porter will be on taps next weekend. I'm not sure the date, but it's it's the 6th, so the 13th. Yeah. March 13th, it'll be on tap. And it uses Black Forge's espresso beans for the coffee portion of that.
Oh, yeah.
So, I mean,
come get some.
Matt's technically not wrong, actually. We are still kind of in stout season.
Except that's a porter.
Because that's what we're pouring.
Well, let me tell you right now.
That is what we're pouring right now.
Yeah.
Yes, that's true.
So there's been like an overwhelming response from people. Overwhelming to a certain degree, of course, because we're brand new.
Overwhelming for us.
Yeah, exactly. I didn't expect anyone to actually listen to the first one, let alone actually message us. And the common thread is, like, people are actually, like, they're enjoying what we're doing here. But I would say 1 out of every 10 is like, hey, do you not know the difference between a stout and a porter? Why are you talking about beer?
Yeah. We brew beer and don't know what we're making.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's like, you know what? I'm just the muscle. Adam points at stuff, and I just, like, I grunt and I do
pick
stuff.
things up.
Yeah. Put them down. Pick it up, and I clean
Oh, you
stuff.
do. Yeah, I was going to say, you do more than just the heavy lifting.
Well, that's...
Your dad life clean.
Yes.
Yeah.
I would say the Papa lifestyle bleeds through into all aspects of my daily activity. Like I was telling you earlier, if you watch me pack a dad bag to go out to the park, you'd be like, oh my God, are you packing for the apocalypse? But I get it done in like 5 minutes. I'll get you in and out. Boom, boom.
So will I.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, you're on top of it. Cleanliness and organization is where I lack. Well, cleanliness I'm fine in the brewery, but organization I suck at. So it's much appreciated.
Well, the good thing too is that where I lack in overall competency in brewing beer is where you support me. So that's, I think it's a fair trade.
That's what I bring to the table.
Yeah, you all the skills. I just clean stuff.
I'm just here.
That's like if you look on my Instagram, I'm not an assistant brewer. I'm a brewer's assistant. I wanted to be very clear about my role in this thing.
All right, Dwight.
Yeah. Hey, listen, assistant to regional manager. I want to make sure everyone knows that I am.
Got a beat for him out there, and
Yeah.
Yeah, you're like the assistant to Lori, and then she's just like, well, he's got it.
Yeah, which is nice. She just is like, oh, well, Matt kind of knows what he should almost be doing, so I can just, which is fine. Then she goes and creates phenomenal artwork.
Yeah, she's gonna
for
go do the
everything.
labels.
I think you're downplaying yourself a little bit.
I'm not.
You and I, given the recipe, I think between us we could.
So are
We
you
can
trying
knock
to
it
say
out.
that between our
But
two,
Adam-
our two thick bodies is one good brain?
Yeah. But Adam is the key cog.
Oh yeah, I mean,
1,000%.
there's. I'll say this:
We're capable.
There's no way that we show up today and just say, Josh, let's brew a beer, and Adam gets to kick his feet up on the Keyser and drink beers and watch us. I don't even know like parts per grain to like water distribution. He came in the one day I was using the wrong fucking stick to measure the water.
And it's written on the stick.
And it's written on the stick.
Written on the stick.
That's what I'm saying. So like,
I mean, maybe I'm jet lagged, so I wouldn't be able to do
I
it.
wish you
but-
were here. God bless San Diego. And it's sunny skies.
Let's not downplay that my liver might survive till after I'm 55 if these guys weren't here, because I wouldn't be drinking as much while I'm brewing. And so they're helping me get to that hole in the ground.
Any
Like-
way I can accelerate one of your goals, Adam.
Just like a good friend should.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's what we're here
If you're not pushing each other, what you doing?
Welcome back. And for our next segment, Josh's Bets of Doom. So, Josh, we have lots of really great fights coming tonight on the UFC 259 card, and I want you to let us know how we are going to make this so much fun for ourselves.
Yeah, man. So we were talking about it. It's kind of a ripoff of a couple sports podcasts that we've listened to.
Yeah.
They do like a football poll or something like that. What we decided to do with Decaying with the Boys is we're going to start a betting cycle.
Mm-hmm.
Every week when we do an episode, we're going to pick out a couple sports things. Doesn't have to be tonight. We have a UFC fight.
Yeah. A stacked card, by the way.
Absolutely stacked.
card.
3 title fights.
Yeah.
1 card.
Yeah.
Great fights. You
Blood.
you got
guts.
4 champions.
Chokeouts.
Yeah.
Boom.
So what we're doing is we'll pick out the UFC fight tonight. 5 fights.
Okay.
We'll go through and we'll just do a straight up pick.
Sounds good.
Loser gets punished by the winner.
Hell yeah, man.
What I'm throwing out there for this next one, on air, loser drinks a 6er of Smirnoff or Zima, whatever we can get our hands on.
So that'll be on air next podcast?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, dear God.
Yeah.
You know, like, the 3 of us are probably already battling borderline type 2 diabetes, right? And you're...
Yeah.
So that's the ultimate challenge.
Friends push friends.
That's
Yeah.
right. You want to reach your goals or not?
Eat your spinach.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
yeah. God, dude. Okay, so...
So we've got the UFC fight tonight.
Yeah.
I understand we're recording this on the day of the UFC fight. It's going to be a little mistimed because the fight will happen and then people will know what we were picking.
Yeah.
But that's the fun of it.
That is the fun.
And we'll all be together for the punishment.
We will. We will.
Yeah.
So kicking it off, what I'll do, I'll just name the fight.
Okay.
You guys tell me who you want. I'll write it down. Keep it.
And
And
you're
see how it
picking,
goes.
too. Like, we're not...
Oh, no, I'm picking.
This is a
I'm picking.
3-way
Yeah.
of death.
You don't even need to take very good notes because we have audio evidence.
Yeah,
This is
absolutely. Yeah, so I'll tell you what, though. If we didn't have audio evidence, I would monopoly the fuck out of this and cheat the whole time.
Yeah, I do not like Smirnoff.
No.
Nobody does.
No. Blonde white girls in southern sororities love Smirnoff. When I travel down to visit anybody in my relatives or friends or anything, Texas, Florida, Georgia, wherever, I get iced. I always get ice.
Oh, they're still doing that?
They still do that stupid shit. But yeah, I mean, good lord. But anyway, I digress, Josh. Let's do this, man.
All right. So the first fight that we should have up tonight is Santos versus Rachik.
Yep.
Santos versus Rachik.
So what order we want to go in here?
Since we're just doing straight up, I won't necessarily read the odds. Or do you guys want to know the odds?
You can
just so you know.
Yeah, you can read them all.
All right.
I mean, I did my research already, but for the people.
We got Santos as the underdog coming in at a plus 142. And Rachik coming in at minus 168.
Okay.
So, Adam, who you got?
Well, for UFC cards, I'm notoriously an underdog guy. So for that reason, I picked Rachik. Because I don't think Santos is going to be able to get out of his underdog status. I'm picking Alexander Rachik. He's much younger. In his past fights, he's a much more accurate, much more calculated fighter. But they're both very powerful. But it's just going to be it's going to be kind of a slug-off type of match, in my opinion. But Rachik is going to use a little bit more technique, probably dip, dodge, and like get the counter punch in there. And I think he's going to catch Santos and beat him in the end.
That's fair. That's fair. You know, you're notorious for betting the underdogs. So am I.
Yeah.
I like a good parlay of the underdogs.
You live on parlays.
Live and die by them.
I want, at some point, I want you to take a screenshot of some of those. I've like 15 game parlays.
But you bet $1 and you can win like $1,500.
It's pretty sweet, dude.
For $1, it's worth the risk.
It's worth it, yeah.
But Matt,
Yeah.
so who you got?
So I actually really like this fight. I think that the odds really show it's a pretty close fight. I like Santos. I like Santos by knockout. I think that he has his skill set's kind of unrefined, and I think that makes him dangerous and unpredictable. And he does have a couple submission victories in his history over some different promotions. So I'm kind of excited to see someone like Santos just kind of go. And not to be like a casual fanboy, but like go all Diaz on him. Just come out there and start throwing like bombs off the rip. So that's my choice. I'm going Thiago Santos.
Totally could catch him. It's just who gets who gets that power punch in first.
That's solid because I'm following suit.
Yeah.
I'm going Santos only because
Oh God.
I know him from past fights.
Yeah.
I know he has that power behind him, and if he catches Rachik, done.
It's over. Yeah.
Plus, he's the underdog.
Yup. Yeah. Yeah. So,
Side note about that fight, real quick. He has the Swedish chest piece tattoo in UFC right now since Brock Lesnar retired. He's just got a big Thor's
What about
hammer.
Brock?
He's gone. I know a hammer's better than a dick anyway.
the dick is piercing his sternum.
Wait, are we talking about Brock or the tattoo?
Brock's the dick. Brock's. I'm talking about Brock's tattooed dick.
Yeah. Oh God, man, that tattoo makes
Ask
me...
Sable.
That poor woman. You know.
I didn't mean to do that.
Oh man, you know.
Have you seen his kids?
Yeah, look just like him.
Yeah.
Poor
Those
things.
fuckers had to come out like butterball turkeys.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And
Without a doubt.
Sable's not a...
But here's the thing, though. Sable knew what she was getting into. It's not like you don't know what Brock Lesnar looks like. And then his dad looks just like him, too. I mean, it's not a mystery. Yeah. The Lesnars are built a very certain kind of way.
100%.
Yeah. So here's the difficult part, though, Josh. You and I both picked Santos. So
we did.
We have to tie break that a little bit, buddy.
We got 5 fights.
5 fights? Okay.
We'll get there.
5 fights.
All right. Well... All right, if we get to a tiebreaker, man,
We'll rock paper scissors.
I think
Rochambeau.
Yeah.
I think a good tiebreaker is for the last fight we picked, round and method.
Like,
there we go. Okay.
The style bender fight.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Yeah.
So then, the second fight we've got. I'm gonna butcher the hell out of that name.
I can't wait.
Makachev.
I think you're pretty good.
Yeah.
Versus Dober?
Islam Makhachev versus Drew Dober.
You were like, please beat the Dober. Please beat the Dober.
Yeah. So on that, I'll kick it off.
What are the odds on that one?
So we've got Makachev at minus 450 and Dober at plus 350. You know.
Wait, what's that guy's name again? The first one?
Makachev.
Makachev.
Islam.
Yeah.
I can say that one.
Yeah.
Islam.
Yeah.
I know that. So I'm not even going to go into the background of this fight. I'm not super versed on either of these guys.
I got you on that part.
But
Yeah.
minus 450. I'm taking him all day.
That's a telling
All
sign.
day. Yeah.
So I will tell you why he's a minus 450 and why I'm picking him, even though he's not the underdog. So maybe I'm picking favorites this fight night. I am also taking Islam Makhachev for the reason that he is a very strong up-and-comer. UFC are pushing the crap out of him for good reason. He's a young star. They're giving him top talent each fight to grow him up to that title picture. But he is excellent on the ground. His BJJ offense is stellar. And Drew Dober...
You stole my reasoning? Motherfucker!
That's not my whole reasoning, because Drew Dober is also crap on the ground. So if this goes to the ground, it's hands down, Makhachev's going to either submit him real quick or just grind him out into a decision win.
Yeah. Well,
I mean, Dober has to keep it standing to even have a chance.
Yeah.
So I'm taking Islam Makhachev.
So even on that, Adam said he's on a tear. He's on a 6-fight win streak
Yeah.
right now.
Yeah.
And he's going against Dober's no...
He's not slouch. No.
He's coming in off a 3-fight win streak.
Yeah, he's also no worm.
So,
he sucks on the ground.
Yeah, that's all I'm saying. So when I was looking at these fights, and I've had the opportunity to see some of like the other promotions with Makhachev in it, and just seeing how he approaches his fight, the confidence he brings to the ring is an absolute monster in itself. He's a Terminator, and I love wrestlers, and that's why I was going to pick him too, and I'm still going to pick him. And I'm going to throw it out there right now. I'm going to shoot on this one and say it's going to be a submission in the second round. There's going to, I think...
Strong possibility.
I think that Makhachev is going to try to fill out Dober's striking, and once he realizes he can get inside Dober's stance, kind of break that wide boxer stance, he's going to the ground, and I think Makhachev is going to link in something fucking vicious, and I'm going to love it. Yeah. So I'm taking Makhachev too. But he's choking people. That's what I'm talking about.
So now we're moving into the heavy fights. You got the 3 title fights.
One of the titles.
The important ones, if you will. So on the next one, we've got Aljamain Sterling versus Petroyan?
I want to say Patter.
I know it's not. I know for sure it's not Peter.
No, yeah, for sure.
Petroyan.
I think Petr Yan.
Yeah.
So on this one, we've got Yan at minus 118, Sterling at plus 100. It's going to be a close fight. The odds suggest close fight. Because if you look at some of the other ones, like we just talked about, the minus 450 plus 350, that alone.
Here's the thing. I'm looking at the next one, and I'm chuckling myself.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
We'll get there. So you've got Sterling coming in on a 5-fight win streak. You've got Yan coming in on a 7-fight. This is going to be a banger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Agreed.
There's no way around it. I see it staying on the feet for at least the first round and a half.
Ooh. You do?
I do.
Okay.
I do. Because they're gonna keep swinging. You've got Yan without any submission wins in his career. Sterling does have 4.
And they're vicious submission wins.
But Yan has 4 KOs.
Yeah. It's the classic tale of the striker versus the grappler.
100%.
It really is.
So for this, I'm going champion's advantage.
Uh-huh.
Petr Yan.
That's you know what? Solid pick. This line is so close. And Jan's hands are made of cement. I mean, this dude is throwing bombs. And it's not like he has to save energy to throw bombs late in rounds. He's throwing bombs consistently, which is terrible.
He's got a 6.32 significant strike ratio.
It's ridiculous.
To Sterling's 4.8.
And he can throw it from a short distance too. He doesn't need to. He doesn't need to wall up the hook from out wide. He can do it.
He's got a very nice tight stance. Everything comes from inside the body. It's gonna be a banger, man. Honestly, I don't think Sterling can stay toe-to-toe with him. So I'm saying, for me personally, again, loving grapplers, I think we're going to see a new champion. I think Sterling's camp was smart to understand that Yan is too strong of a striker, and he is going to try to take Yan down. I haven't seen much of Yan's takedown defense or submission defense, but I would say if it were me and I was in Sterling's camp, I'd say stay away from those hands. So I'm picking Sterling. I think he's going to choke Yan out.
There you go. There's the tiebreaker.
Boom.
All right.
It's on you, buddy.
It's on me. So I agree. This is the closest fight of the night, in my opinion. And I'm actually picking an underdog. I'm going also with Aljamain Sterling. Like I said, I think it's going to be super close. Sterling definitely needs to keep his distance out of the reach of Petr Yan or Petr Yan, whatever. Jan. Get out of his way.
I'm going Hunger Games. I'm saying Petter.
Petter. I like Petter. Petter Jan. So yeah, he needs to take him down and use his ground game to win. I think Jan won't be able to match him on the ground, but will be able to destroy him on the feet.
And that's why I think it's staying up for the first at least round and a half, 2 rounds.
I'm going to say this right now. I think Jan can finish this in the first round.
I don't want to. Yeah, he can. Yeah. But I don't want to discredit Aljamain Sterling. His stand up is getting better, especially his kicks. So if he can keep him in kicking distance, that works for him too. Can he? I don't know.
Well, do you think he's also going to go into that trend now? Like, you saw Conor McGregor get dismantled by, like, precision calf kicks. And that's because, like, if you watch the Contender series, people are really picking that.
I mean, that's also to look at our main event. That's how Israel beat Costa in the last fight.
Yeah.
He beat that crap out of his leg until he was slowed down and then took it to the head.
If you can't stand up, can't throw punches. Right. And if you can't keep your balance, you can't grapple.
That calf kick is a new... Is a new style a lot of people are using that's way more effective than your traditional leg kick.
Which is funny, too, because if you go back to John Jones when he was really coming up early, he had that front push kick that he was hitting people in the knee with.
Yeah, it looks so bad.
It looks brutal as shit, and people were talking about how that would look kind of dirty.
It's a legal hit, though.
I loved it. I love that kick.
It looks like a career ender.
Yeah,
but
it does.
It's legal.
Right now, if you look at it, too, like... And I go back to McGregor because I think he has the widest boxing stance I've ever seen in MMA. I mean, he brings the widest stance. And if he got caught with one of those things on an advanced push, he'll hyperextend his knee so quick.
I remember seeing one of the first John Jones fights where he used that, and I was like, oh, this man's trying to turn people into ostriches right now.
Yep. 1,000%, man. All right, so I think we got all those ones picked for that one. Josh, what is next?
I might have missed it. Who was Adam's pick on that?
I took Sterling.
He's on Team Sterling.
Okay.
It is my only, spoiler alert, it's my only underdog pick on the fight card.
Oh, God.
All right, so this is the most overwhelming fight of the night.
It's not even
to follow the closest, this is the fucking...
the farthest reaching fight. Listen, guys.
Amanda Nunes is about to go down to high school and just dominate.
Yeah.
We've got Amanda Nunes, the champ.
Yeah.
Coming in at a minus 1,200.
Let me say this right now before you keep going. I'm going to tell you right now, when the history books are written, Amanda Nunes is going to be the best pound-for-pound fighter that ever came through the UFC. It doesn't matter about gender. It doesn't matter about finishes. I'm afraid to see what she does on the ground. She doesn't have to go there yet, but I'm afraid to see what she does.
I'm not arguing you.
Yeah.
You'll get no
I'm throwing it out to the masses.
No, 100% can be pound for pound.
Yeah.
Regardless of gender.
Absolutely. Gender, striking ability, she's just...
I honestly right now would put her up against anybody in the matching men's.
Yeah.
And if you can give her a chance.
Yeah. Oh, she'd have more than a chance. Honestly, we're not even seeing her entire skill set, but I'm getting so far in the weeds of how much I love Amanda Nunes, only because, too, she's destroyed everybody's idols.
And yet we haven't even talked about the competitor yet.
And I feel so bad because she's a fucking phenomenal fighter.
She is.
Who?
So we went on that that Nunes rant.
Sorry.
However, it's Amanda Nunes coming in at minus 1,200 against Megan Anderson at a plus 750. Guys, look. There's no question.
Yeah.
Megan Anderson isn't even ranked from the last I saw.
Which is amazing because there's only like, how many fighters are even in that division and she's not even ranked?
8?
Yeah.
Well, they have a top 15.
She's not in the top 15.
No.
That's insane because I can tell you
it's a very small weight class.
I've seen, and I don't know if you've seen Megan Anderson in other promotions. Dude,
I've seen her in the UFC.
Legit striker.
Yeah.
She's
not bad.
Tough. She's tough.
Yeah. She can definitely be a champion.
Yeah. Not right now, though. Because
once Nunes leaves.
Gatekeeping that shit. Yeah.
So, hands down. Nunes, lock it in.
I feel like everyone's picking Nunes.
I will also pick Nunes, but I will give Megan Anderson the slight chance because this fun fact I found, this is Amanda Nunes' first fight as a mother. So, will that inspire her to dominate even further, or will that make her a little more of a sensitive fighter? Just throwing that out there, but I'm still picking Nunes 100%.
That deep stalker vibe.
Yeah, well...
No. Not a deep stalker vibe. It was on the MMA fights when they adopted their... I don't know if they adopted their child or what the...
I was going to say,
she's a mom now.
I don't know if...
she's a mother now.
If it kind of goes into like the parent-child kind of relationship, Do you think she'll go full Matt Murray and forget that she has a glove hand? Rest in peace, Mr. Murray. Also, rest in peace, Matt Murray. Ottawa is eating him alive right now. It's fucking terrible.
Ottawa eats everybody alive. Yeah. Let's be honest.
Just the look of Amanda Nunes, I feel like this is going to bring out the mother lion in her and just make her more terrifying.
She's terrifying. Yeah. Her press conference, I don't watch many of them because unless they have a big time shit talker, I don't really watch them. But I watched hers, and she has that smile that she puts on when she talks about hurting people, and it scares the crap out of me. Yeah, but bless Amanda Nunes. She came out there and she destroyed everyone's idols. She took those belts. She didn't ask for them. She took them.
And good job on earning the respect you deserved since beating. Yeah, fucking Ronda Rousey.
Everyone was like, "It's a fluke."
They were just yeah.
And then she dismantled Cyborg.
It was unfair how many people she had to beat to gain that respect.
She kicked Chris Cyborg out of the UFC.
This is where you got to call Joe Coy, because somehow he always knows some random Filipino over it's like kicking down trees and shit.
Somewhere with a little tink tink.
Yes. Yeah. So what it's gonna be is it's never gonna be anyone you know that's gonna take Amanda Nunes. I think it's gonna be like Joe Coy's gonna be like, hey, I found somebody, and he and Bobby Lee are gonna march this unknown Filipino fighter down to the ring, and she's gonna look like 135 pounds of just twisted skin, and she's gonna kick Amanda Nunes' head off. But until then, there's nobody in line that's gonna take those belts from her.
Cool. Yeah. So, moving on to the main event of the evening. Yet another championship fight. We've got champion versus champion, actually.
It's wonderful.
With Adesanya moving up to take on Blachowicz? Blachowicz?
I was saying Jan...
Blachowicz.
Yeah. Close enough. It's a
Polish name, right? I'm going to refer to him as Jan.
Yeah, Jan.
So, guys, I have this pulled up on my phone because that's where I'm pulling some stats from.
Yeah.
I need you guys to see on the UFC app the way that they have this pictured.
Oh my. One of those men is bigger.
Oh my God.
Does that not make it look like Adesanya is a child?
Yeah, but he also ate a pizza on the scale, so I like him.
He's 2 inches taller and coming in official weight. I didn't see the weigh-ins, but based on the app, it's about a 30-pound difference.
Yeah,
But I don't think 30 pounds makes adult to 12-year-old.
Well, Adesanya, I think, came in heavier than they expected to. He weighed in at 200.5 pounds.
200.5.
Okay.
Yesterday, and it was phenomenal to see it. I mean, you really saw him come in at probably his healthiest. And
he looks.
I mean, he looks
beefy.
He's always scary. Yeah. And now he looks comfortable scary.
I hope he didn't. I don't think he would jeopardize his speed, but I hope he's just as fast, just with that much more power.
And with all that said, guys, he's actually the favorite.
Yeah.
He's a minus 220 favorite against
understandable
a plus 180.
As he should be.
100%.
So I guess we're all picking Adesanya on this one?
Okay. I'm not.
Okay, well, I'll go first then.
I'm taking the underdog.
Okay, go. You go first then.
I'm taking Blachowicz because
you can't pronounce his name correctly.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I honestly, the moving up and being so cocky about it, I think is going to come back to bite Adesanya in the ass, and I think he's going to get rocked.
Yeah.
Because if we're going we don't need the tiebreaker because we've picked different.
Yeah.
But I'm going to say it's going to be a split decision.
Ooh, that's actually quite. You know what? With the size difference and stuff. Yeah.
That weight. I think the weight is going to play a big factor.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to. Normally, and in the past, I would have agreed with Josh on Israel coming in a little too cocky. But I thought that when he beat Robert Whittaker, he beat Yoel Romero, and he beat Costa. So he backed up that cockiness every single time.
Yeah.
Not only that, but Romero and Costa both fight well into the 200-pound range when they come in for the fight. Yeah. They weigh in at middleweight, but they go out in a body bag.
Yep.
So I just think it is going to be a closer fight than we're used to seeing out of an Adesanya fight. But he's lighter, faster, younger, much younger. I mean, Jan is up there for a fighter.
38 to 31.
Yeah, so he's up there. The weight advantage does need to be neglected, though. There's going to be a lot of power in that additional weight that Jan has. And Jan has a similar thing to Jan has a similar thing to Jan in the previous channel.
Like the name.
Peter Jan. They both can throw very powerful strikes from a very short distance.
Yeah.
So if he gets him in the clinch, Israel's got to watch it.
Yeah.
Like Israel's got to keep him at distance, use them kicks, use them wise feet, and throw.
So I don't want to cut you off too soon here because we're talking about cocky. So I need to ask this real quick, Matt.
Yeah.
Real quick, who's your pick?
You know what? Here's the thing, man. I've been watching the UFC for a really long time, and like even back to when it was like sumo wrestlers taking on like 120-pound jiu-jitsu practitioners. And the one thing I've always liked about the fighters that I like, that they're humble. I think this Stylebender is really getting full of himself right now, and I think he's going to come into this whole camp. He's going to just be like, "Oh, I'm going to move up in weight. I'm comfortable."
See, I thought you liked cocky fighters. I thought you liked cockiness.
No, I mean, I'm not cocky. I don't like being cocky. I don't like drawing attention to myself.
Oh, you're not
sure
cocky.
about that?
Did you look at the show notes for today?
Yeah, I fucking wrote them.
What's Matt's birthday celebration at the end?
What are you talking about?
Guys, I'm putting a picture up on our Facebook and Instagram of the show notes at the bottom. You'll see what we're talking about.
All right, so if we really want to get into it, I write these things so we can dive in, and I put it on there, and it's maybe not the boldest thing that we talk about, but like you guys knew about it for a week, and I come in here and I don't see any gifts. There's nothing. You guys didn't say happy birthday.
I barely did any show prep.
Yeah. What did we talk about the first time?
Yeah, but I thought like
the first episode we said I come in unprepared. That's my thing.
I still had empty beer cans on his seat.
Yeah. Well, the glasses from last night. I mean,
all right. Well,
so we were cleaning up as he rolled up with his little laptop bag.
You know what? It's fine. You guys didn't get me gifts, and it's. I know there's a lot of love here.
Hey guys, make sure you celebrate my birthday at the end.
It's all right. Fine. But
look. If you're hinting at it,
yeah,
I'll stick it in your butt.
Listen, man.
Whoa!
There's a moon in the sky, and you decide to shoot right over it. Just give me a fucking card. I don't need butt play.
Yeah, he doesn't want his prison fantasy lived out.
Yeah, Jesus Christ. I'm trying to stay away from that. But two things. One, I'm taking Mr. Jan Blachowicz, however you want to say that. And I'm going to say right now that the size advantage is going to take him over the moon. And I think it's going to be a brand new champ that we're going to be talking about here. And I think the Stylebender is going to have to build his way back up to be the dominant force that he has shown that he is. But also, guys, I got us all a present. I got all of us something that we're all going to love. Papa reached back into his old pop punk days. If you remember, I used to play in a really mildly not so successful band called Radio Flyer back in the day with some of my friends. And we used to play with a wonderful band that had Mr. Richie Brioli in it. And Richie has offered his services to write us some intro music.
I do remember his band being a lot better than yours.
Very much so. They were more organized. They played better. They actually liked each other. It was quite a sight to behold. I like that he's so nice. He talked to me for a while, and he's gonna give us some fun intro music so we can use. That way we can kind of really keep being ourselves. So I'm excited to see what he can come up with, and that's my gift, my birthday gift to me and also to you guys. So I hope you guys really appreciate it when it comes out.
Yeah, man. Thanks for setting that up.
Hey, no problem, man. I just, I want to have fun. I want to do this DIY as much as I can, and Richie holds a special place in my heart. We played a lot of shows together way back when I sucked, and he helped me with everything, man. Like my equipment, my guitar setups, sound, promotions, you name it, he was there for it. And
an all-around nice dude.
Yeah, very nice, super nice. So I look forward to that coming out, and of course everyone is going to be able to listen to it. I'll make sure that I drop it here when we come back to you from the Jojitorium on another episode. So speaking of talking to the people that like us, speaking to the people that have actually listened to the first episode and have given us positive feedback.
Yeah, you were telling me we got some some questions.
It's actually really cool, and I didn't think it was going to happen so quickly. So thank you to everyone who sent emails out. I picked the ones that I felt that we could really try this segment out on first. So I probably got like, I don't know, a couple dozen emails. So thank you again. But so there are questions here that I feel like we actually have enough experience in to give decent answers. So the first email I got here, and I'm paraphrasing this, of course, because there was a lot of background to it.
Fair.
But long and short is, how do I get my girlfriend into craft beer? So it sounds like a guy, some background on it. He's been a beer head since before he met his girlfriend.
Oh, now we're giving dating advice. That's bad.
Yeah, three guys in their mid-30s.
Dr. Jill.
So it sounds like he was a beer head before. And when he got with his girlfriend, she was kind of like that Miller Lite, Coors Light, Bud Light kind of thing, and he's trying to get her into it. Because he goes out a lot with his friends. Sounds like he also homebrews. He's trying to get her into the scene. So he's looking to us. He's like, how can I get my girlfriend into it? So
I love this question.
Okay.
I'm currently living that life.
Nice.
So
Yeah.
we do it here.
Yeah.
We homebrew. We help with Adam. My girlfriend is trying to get into craft beer.
Okay.
There's a certain snob, quote unquote, level
Yeah.
when it comes to craft
I could agree with that.
that we kind of joke about. We're like hashtag snob life.
Yeah.
You know.
I think
But-
like there's that snob quality, but also if it's somebody that's not into beer at all,
Yeah.
it comes off as a lower class thing because they think of, oh, it's all Coors Light going to the NASCAR race, tailgating,
Correct.
yada
Yeah.
yada.
And
so
that's-
it's a double-edged sword that
Yeah.
it's tough.
But I also want to say too, and just we're in the beer scene as much as we possibly can be doing what we do, and I will say that a majority of the people that we deal with are very welcoming. They like when new people come out and try their stuff, and they try to be as accommodating as possible.
100%.
Yeah.
And that's so. When I started talking to my girlfriend, we were talking about the beer scene because she's very interested in like what I do. You know, it's a healthy relationship.
Yeah.
So she was asking questions. She likes to know about what's going on brew days and stuff. And it kind of blew her mind at the styles that there are. And that's kind of what people don't understand.
Yeah.
Is-
It's complex.
Yeah, when they hear craft beer, like he said, like Adam said,
IPAs. It's always IPAs. IPAs, double IPAs,
Yeah,
squad
but there's-
IPAs.
I mean, that's the one in the mid-'90s that kind
Yeah.
of broke first that everybody could
yeah.
attach to or attack.
Right.
and but there's so much. You've got stout season. You've got porters. You do have the IPAs, but you add the flavors on top of it. You get the hop bombs. You got the mellow ones. You come in with the milkshake IPAs. You add some lactose to some stuff. I'm not going to get ahead of ourselves, but we're doing the cream ale today.
Yeah.
You've got that style. You've got the lagers, the ales. There's so much out there that, honestly, for whoever sent this in,
Yeah.
all you have to do is get your girlfriend to try it.
Yeah.
That's it. There's no pressure behind it.
Right.
And
Just try it. Like, if you don't like it, that's okay.
Right.
And out of, and even some in COVID season, you can get a flight of beer at your craft breweries.
Right.
So, I mean, split a flight. You get a wide array of what you want. Let her sip them. If she likes them, let her keep them. If she doesn't, you drink them.
Yeah.
That's
It's
my
win-win.
exact thing that I've told.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, if you don't like it,
Yeah.
I like all beer.
Right, yeah.
Give it to me,
There's
I'll drink it.
There's very limited styles that I don't partake in.
Even if I don't like it,
I'll still drink it.
I'm cheap enough to...
I'm gonna drink that, yeah.
I'm gonna still drink the shit out of it. But
I was gonna say, too, for me, I feel like this guy already has a launching point. She seems to like Pilsners and light beers, so that she already has a base. It's not like she's coming in like, I don't like beer at all.
then you look at the lighter side
Yeah.
of craft.
Yeah, get them Kolsch's, get them Helles
Right.
Flyers.
I mean, I'll throw it out there right now. My favorite light beer that I've had over the past, the Pandy was going on. You got Hams. Hams is always there to comfort you. But I was going to say...
The official sponsor of Bash Brew.
not craft.
Not craft. North Country Kolsch, I think, is a phenomenal beer.
Yeah.
It's so clean. It's so crisp. It's got great flavor. And I think anybody who's kind of into beer will like that beer. It's a good stepping stone.
Yeah, and to go close to the Jojitorium here, Helicon Brewing does traditional German styles and lighter styles very well, very clean.
Oh, yeah.
There's a brewery by my house that for the next podcast I planned on doing the shout out for them.
Yeah.
so I won't get too deep into that.
That Vienna lager.
That Vienna lager is real good.
That
Vienna lagers are awesome.
Is real good.
A good hot day,
Yeah.
Dad's out there mowing the grass.
Their
AKA
menu
me.
is just crisp.
And this is Monday's Brewing, by the way. Well, I don't think we said the name.
No, I was
Yeah.
going to save that till next
well,
week.
I can't.
That's
But
fine.
we'll feature them next week.
We will.
Yeah.
We're featuring Mondays next week.
Yeah.
'cause
Wonderful company.
That's me coming out.
Yeah.
Their brew system is awesome too. But
We'll talk
their
about
menu, that's coming up next week. Their menu is crisp. Their stout comes in at like a 4.5.
So very crushable.
Yeah,
Very crushable.
that's the kind of thing that you wanna try.
Well, I think too. The other thing here is that let's play off of like your girl or your partner. Let's be
Yeah.
inclusive here. Your partner doesn't like
Oh,
beer.
your best friend.
Yeah, your
You know?
best friend doesn't like beer, but they like alcohol. Let's just go right back to Couch. I mean, they're coming out with some great canned, almost borderline mixed drinks right now. They're brewing them up. They're looking great.
Yeah, 10% hard seltzers, all inspired by classic cocktails.
Right.
I mean,
Yeah. I mean, how you can hit the nostalgia bomb, you can hit the flavor bomb. The sugars are down, the calories are down, the carbs are down. I mean, this is such an enticing approach to someone who doesn't traditionally like beers, but wants to get into craft beer. Because I'm gonna tell you right now, I thought seltzers were gonna fad in, fad out, and they're here to stay.
Not only that, but significant others and friends alike, if
Yeah.
they don't like craft beer, many of the small craft breweries in PA, including Couch, have PA spirits and wine. too.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
I'm not sure on the wine at Couch, but they definitely have PA spirits
Yeah.
and will make you a great mixed cocktail.
Is there a thing too where like some breweries are making their own soda? Isn't that like?
It's getting there. I mean, from what I've seen, shout out to another brewery we'll
Yeah.
feature eventually. Abjuration did like a hard cream soda,
Yeah.
but it was a beer flavored light cream soda, but it was
Phenomenal.
oh my god, yeah.
So good, very crushable.
So, for my advice for
Yeah.
this guy and for anybody looking to get another person into craft beer, I had 3 points. My first one you guys took. There's so many styles. Go and try them all. But if you're doing it from home and they're not readily available, try relating the person's food taste with a beer
yeah.
taste. If they're a sweets person, go for these pastry weird ones.
By the way, just got one last night. I cannot wait to try it. And I'm a pastry stout fiend. Harpoon came out with Mike's cannoli pastry stout.
I love cannolis.
Can't wait.
So again, if they're like I'm like a black coffee person, so I like bitter. That would lean into IPAs and pale ales. I mean, you just kind of be creative. If they're a robust like steak and potatoes kind of person, porters and stouts.
Yeah.
Which kind of leads me into my other thing: pair it with food.
Yep.
I'm not a food pairing expert, but like your lighter, crispy lagers and pilsners and everything, they go well with fish, chicken. Your darker beers go well with steak, beef. And then my personal favorite, my personal favorite, spicy food pairs excellently with a hoppy beer.
Oh,
so
yeah,
like a
100%.
spicy taco
Oh,
and
yeah.
an IPA, like
Let me tell you right
Kidding
now,
me.
that's what Green Flash comes to the rescue when I'm smacking down some condado tacos. Wow, man.
I mean, no matter what dive bar I go to in Pittsburgh,
Yep.
it's a lock. You can get some hot wings and either a Southern Tier 2-time IPA
Oh, yeah.
or a Bell's Two Hearted.
yeah.
You're set.
Well, that's like that one dive bar I got near my house. They're like, we have 3 craft beers on tap, and the owner told me, he's like, it's always Southern Tier 2 times on the first one.
Yeah, Pittsburgh embraced them completely.
Yep, fantastic.
So yeah, that's my. I mean, I think we. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if you can't get advice,
That's all I
out
can
of
think
all
of,
that.
yeah.
Also, last thing too. Don't be afraid to ask questions to the brewers.
Absolutely not.
Brewers love talking about it's art. It's an art. It's their painting. They want to talk to you about how it works, which is why I cannot wait to talk about Mondays because their brew system is incredible.
And there's, I mean, I can't think of anybody in Pittsburgh, even like their front of house bartender people, don't have significant
yeah.
knowledge about the beer.
Right.
So yeah, feel free to ask questions.
Yeah. So yeah, don't be afraid. Don't be afraid, homie. Not to reference Diaz again, but don't be afraid, homie. Ask questions, get answers. So if you can't get anything from that, like I don't know how else to help you, buddy. After that, you gotta dump your girlfriend. As Tom Likas would say, dump that bitch.
Good luck. Good luck, bud.
I'm married.
I think
now.
you'll be fine.
I'm married now. I can say whatever I want. That's not true.
That's
at
definitely
all.
that's less true than ever.
We like to make some fibs on this podcast, and that was the biggest fucking one I think ever. So the next thing here, and I swore I wasn't going to talk about the pandemic because it's just like it's crushed a lot of things here. But this is something where I think we can all kind of come into play. They are working from home. They are at home at all times. They have some people in their home that are immune compromised, so they're kind of afraid to go out. So they have just been crushing Netflix, Amazon Prime, Hulu, everything on the planet. And they said, I have watched everything during the pandemic. Are there any suggestions on what to watch, or is there anything that I can do?
See, this one, the other one was easy for me.
Yeah.
This one's a little bit more difficult.
Okay.
Because I do a lot of binging and repeating. So, like, for instance, we'll say a show like Supernatural has 15 seasons.
I love Supernatural.
If I get through, I've gotten through like 13 seasons.
Scrubs for me.
Another good one. Another good one.
Yeah.
But if I get through like 13 seasons and I stop for a while, and then when I try to come back to it, I kind of get confused for a second.
Yeah.
So my dumbass starts at season 1, episode 1.
I don't think you're.
And then I get stopped at the same points again.
So you
because I'm like, shit, I've watched this.
You're telling me you've watched the most significant story arcs of Supernatural like a million times.
I can repeat them at this point.
But
yes.
have you watched the last 2 seasons?
I would only call you dumb based on the show. If it's like
you don't like Supernatural?
No. Like that show, I could see you wanting to start from the beginning,
Okay.
or like Breaking Bad, start from the beginning.
Oh, yeah.
But if
We
it's
had a
The
conversation.
Office, you're dumb.
We had a conversation about this yesterday too. That
Yeah.
for this,
I just can't get over that Pam story arc.
what I started watching through the pandemic. So when I moved back up here, I said screw cable.
Yeah.
I downloaded everything that I could streaming service wise, and I got HBO Max.
Smart.
And a show that I dabbled with back in like 2007, 2010.
Eastbound and Down.
No, Big
Damn
Bang
it.
Theory.
I love
Oh,
And this is the reaction that I knew he was going to give.
verbal punch in the face.
verbal punch in the face.
I was like, let's watch this. And then I binged that, got tired of that, and then moved into great food truck race. Actually,
I love that.
I do a lot of
That's a
lot
good
of
show.
Food Network, HGTV stuff.
I'll crap on Big Bang Theory, but I'm a reality.
And that's
I
fine.
love crappy reality.
Especially when it comes to
competitions.
food reality shows.
Yeah,
I'm all
yeah.
about that.
I'm
Worst
a-
Cooks in America, aside from the one lady who murdered everybody, I'm definitely all
Yeah.
about that
Love
show.
that one too.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like the news stories after.
But I'm also a creature that I like trashy TV.
90 Day Fiance, baby.
90 Day Fiancé.
Think trashier.
Totally.
Think trashier.
There's Trasher?
Jersey Shore.
Rock of Love.
I was going to say.
Rock of Love.
What was the other one?
Flavor
of
Flav.
Love. Oh,
Yeah.
Jesus.
That's the
That-
only.
those
that's the only
go a
thing
little
trashy
too
in
deep for
90
me.
Day.
Those are a little too.
When New York spit on that other chick, and they almost fought in the little foyer of that beautiful mansion, I was like, this is VH1.
That's the only thing I remember from college.
Do you remember when we were in college? We used to sit up in the student center. You didn't ever watch Charmed with me. That was not your thing?
No, that was not my thing.
Oh,
I watched
man.
Price is Right with you.
Yeah, that's right. I would sit up there and I'd watch TV. Oh yeah, with that hippie guy that I used to hang out with.
Oh, yeah.
We'd watch Charmed.
He seemed like a charming guy, yeah.
Yeah, definitely. So Josh is into super trashy stuff, and he's into reality TV, and you're into some.
Like I said, trashy. Think Jersey
Yeah.
Shore.
I definitely have a
Real
theme in mind,
World.
too.
I'm a big fan of the challenges. It's stupid drama,
No, I can't do
but
that.
it makes me feel good about my life.
That's what I need sometimes too, so I
Yeah.
understand it completely. Adam,
So mine takes a different turn, and I think it's why I'm becoming a little more paranoid as this goes on. But I have three. I have one that is very niche. It's on Shudder. It's a movie. It's called Color Out of Space.
oh my god, I'm so happy you talked about this.
And I watched it. It came out in 2019, but I didn't catch it until 2 months ago, probably. It's a middle budget. I think they only spent like $7 million on it.
Yeah, which is you know what's crazy? You say like it's a middle budget, $7 million, which is astronomical to us.
It's
but
probably
you're
low.
right.
It's probably low budget.
It's
by today's
considered a
standards.
low budget movie.
But the graphics in it and the everything about it is
Yeah.
wonderful. So the premise of it is it's based on a Lovecraft story, and a meteorite hits this farm, and the family just starts getting kind of like encompassed by like this mutant organism or something, and their whole world starts turning this Technicolor kind of mystery thing. And the best part is Nicolas Cage is the male lead in this, and he plays a crazy person better than any crazy person. The gore is in your face, but not like super bad, but it's very well done. The special effects are super well done. The story is crazy. You'll have to watch it 2-3 times to like try to wrap your head around it. But it's just very good, a very good thriller, and it's on Shudder as of now.
Yeah.
So if you don't have Shudder, it's worth the money. They have great stuff.
Also,
on
too, Shudder has that like free 7 or 30-day trial or whatever.
Yeah.
I did that, and I binge watched all the Phantasm movies.
Yeah.
I hate those trials.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I do too. But I tell you what, I abuse them.
I do too.
I crush them.
But I always forget.
Then
You're in the billion-dollar industry, buddy.
Yeah, I always forget, and then it's like,
set a reminder on your calendar.
Yeah.
where the fuck did all my money go?
to Shudder.
And then I'm looking, I'm like, oh, I'm subscribed to CBS All Access, NBC, all the. I'm like, shit.
I don't even sign up for them. I just illegally stream. I mean, I pay for everything.
Well,
That was Adam. Not any of us. None of Adam's statements are shared, or they probably are.
he'll be fired again next week.
We're gonna get another cease and desist from fucking NBC.
My second one is a bigger platform. It's from Netflix. I don't know where the show. I don't know if it's a Netflix original show or what. I just got into it. There's 3 seasons though, so it's a little older. But it's called Sinner, and I'm like 5 or 6 episodes in on it.
Yeah.
In the first season, so I'm gonna try not to spoil anything. But basically, an event. It's a small town, upstate New York family. An event happens in episode 1 that goes into this investigation, and as they're peeling away the investigation, I watched 6 episodes in one night. Like just different things come up, and this whole story's unknown. Yeah, and it's phenomenal. Yeah, it's called Sinner. I know it was developed by the USA Network, but I don't think it was ever on there. I think it's a Netflix.
People sleep on the USA Network, by the way.
But it's super creepy. It's like a really creepy crime drama.
Nice.
Love it, which is kind of my vein. And then my third thing is a platform everybody can get to, YouTube.
Yeah.
A YouTube channel called That Chapter.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's an Irish gentleman, younger, but he does a great job of profiling like serial killers and creepy events and crimes. He uses great like news footage, courtroom footage to explain the story. He's got a great sense of humor. And it's just a really interesting watch that can give you the chills, and he just does really well. I found myself watching through his channel all week this week. Yeah. I was keeping up with it before the pandy, kind of lost it for a while during the pandy, and like caught completely up now.
Every time you guys say pandy, all I think is handy.
Watermelon.
I was watching it through the handy.
Verbal
You're on the couch just getting...
No, I definitely don't handy myself to that.
Let me just say this real quick.
Handy myself.
But yeah,
there is no hand job that'll keep me in my house longer than this pandemic.
So the pandemic, but check out That Chapter on YouTube. It's if you're a true crime fan or just like some sadistic, scary stories, it's a good channel.
That definitely sounds like our vein right there.
You need to move away from some of the scary stuff, though, my friend.
Yeah, I know. That's 3 in a row that are all just...
I was going to say, I was going to talk about, like, you're kind of in that vein, but you know what?
So are you?
Sitting there getting paranoid about everything.
I would say my big thing right now...
Bazinga.
Oh, yeah. Fuck off. So my big thing right now, I just watched it. Well, I have 2 things here. One is called The Perfection, and it's on Netflix, and it was kind of a sleeper. It's a horror psychological thriller that I really enjoyed. So there's lots of twists and turns in this thing. I was actually very surprised by multiple twists in this thing. And they do this really cool thing, like how Memento kind of worked out, where they would rewind back to an event and play it forward with a new perspective. That's really cool. But the premise here is that there is a school in Boston that teaches young boys and girls how to play the cello, and they like excel and they become world-renowned artists and everything. And there is, and I say it for the sake of kind of separating out the stories. There is a white girl and a black girl, and the white girl has to leave because her mother is sick to take care of her forever. I mean, like it's forever long. And the black girl comes in and she takes over the white girl's top spot, and she becomes a world-renowned cellist. She's playing in Japan. She's playing in down in South Africa. Like you're talking about all over the planet, and their worlds collide. I mean, and that's where I gotta leave it because
sounds good.
When they collide, it is a roller coaster. I will say this right now because I watched it with my wife, and at one point she looked at me. She goes, "The acting is really bad in this movie," and I said, "Yeah, it's on purpose." And she asked me why, and I said, "Don't ask any more questions. I promise you, just watch. I kind of figured this part out, and you will too." I mean, when you see this, you're gonna be like, "Man, that's kind of off." But strap into the roller coaster.
Dude, that sounds good.
It's really good. I enjoyed it.
And I know like some honorable mentions that me and you can agree on.
Yeah.
But I felt they were so popular, I didn't need to bring them up. The Boys and the Umbrella Academy.
So good.
Yeah.
So good. So good.
But that, just when you said the cellist thing, it reminded me of the Umbrella Academy.
Yeah. And then the Umbrella Academy is amazing. Plus, the Dead South got featured in one of the episodes. I love those guys. So then my other thing too is called. It's on Hulu. It's a Hulu original. It's called Run, and it's with Sarah Paulson of American Horror Story fame. She's
great.
She's amazing.
I hate her. I do not like her as an actress, but I watch everything.
Shade.
Yeah.
No, but I watch everything she's in. I watch everything she's in, and I love everything she's in. But like her, I think she just does a really good job acting because she's usually the dislikable person.
I can see that.
I think it's just that's how good she is.
She's so good that you hate her. Yeah.
So again, we get into the vein of the psychological horror thriller. Fantastic.
I did see this one. Okay,
but I remember what it is. She also has another movie or another series on Netflix, which is Nurse Ratched, which was amazing.
Ratchet was amazing.
I've seen that.
If you like American Horror Story, watch Nurse Ratched. It's phenomenal. Same vein. Not as horror movie-ish, but same vein. But the movie Run, and I think I'm saying the right thing here. So Sarah Paulson has a daughter who's wheelchair bound, and she's been taking care of her for a really long time, and it slowly unravels. I mean, it's a slow burn for the first maybe 30 minutes, and after that, again, I like these where it's a roller coaster, and
those are good.
Yeah, I mean, you can slow burn as much as you want to, but give me something. Like, if you're gonna make me sit around and watch molasses dry on a wall for a half an hour, you better bring out a flamethrower for the last 45 minutes.
I like being tired after because you've played with my emotions so much that I'm just drained.
I want to think about it so much, and then I want to feel satisfied at the end of a movie. Now, that's not to say I won't watch basketball or something if I'm having.
Oh yeah, but I'm still satisfied with that because I laughed through the whole
absolutely.
thing. Yeah.
So the last thing I'm going to say here, and this is kind of my thing, because I feel that bands and performance artists have had a really hard time through the pandy. And a lot of them, if you look at some of the music artists that you like, I will say more than half the time they have a live performance that you can stream off of their website. I'm going to say this, and this is one of my personal favorites, and I know Adam's eyes are going to roll to the back of his head.
Damn it. I thought you were going to say the same one I was thinking of.
He can see the thoughts in the back of his head from when he was 5. But Under Oath put on a really good show from the Observatory. It is phenomenal. They hit all of their big classics over all of their discography. They hit some new songs, and there is just something about their cohesion as a band that even watching them on I watched it on their stream service. It was worth, I think it was $12. I would have spent $30 for how it was well produced. The musicality was great. The sound was great. Everything was on point. And I would say, if you like some artist right now, go to their website. I would be amazed if they didn't have something that you could stream for a decent amount of money. $12, I understand times are hard, but $12, I mean, what are you paying for concert tickets? 30 to 40.
Yeah.
Right. You could have said a worse band. There's some under the songs I can dig.
Yeah.
But
So
also check out Lamb of Gods. That's what.
Lamb of Gods is fucking sweet.
So the original question here though was, I've watched all the streaming.
Yeah.
What should I do?
Yeah.
Look, guys, if you've gone through everything on your lists that you want, you can always go to the Hub. It's boundless.
Oh, do they have movies?
They got some good ones.
They have some featurettes.
Yeah. They got something for everything.
What's the Hub?
So, Adam, when a man and a woman love each other very, very much.
What's our
Like a mommy and a daddy.
What's our next topic?
So, the other...
Hopefully it's not Matt's birthday celebration.
No. See...
On the Hub.
Cool, man. You know what? That could be my birthday celebration. So,
Boom, tickety boom, boom.
then all the heads click in when that starts up, and you be like, you can like almost see everyone who watches Pornhub. The last question here, very clear, very short, very concise. The pandemic has been crazy, right? And temperatures have flared. You've seen some crazy shit. I know I have. What's the craziest thing that you have seen during the pandemic? It could be anything. Something you've seen online, something you've seen in person. But they said their biggest thing was that they saw a guy at a grocery store, like a kid, like a bagger, get his ass handed to him by some other dude who wouldn't put a mask on. And that was his biggest thing, which I think is kind of commonplace right now. But.
I mean, mine takes place in the same venue. It was a Giant Eagle in Crafton. There was a man, a very tall man too, in a full-blown nuclear hazmat suit. Like those big yellow ones with the big hood.
The
and
Biohazard 5 things?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, just pushing a cart. I was like, if this doesn't scream post-apocalyptic, like, I don't know what
How
does.
bad do you think the inside of that suit smells?
I wanted to take a picture of him in front of the meat section so bad, just like as some art piece.
Yeah.
So mine's on the same lines, but my man here went at least like biohazard, right?
Yeah.
When before I moved up here, I was at the grocery store in Virginia, and I saw a guy in an astronaut like Halloween costume
That's pretty good.
with the fan just blown up.
That's awesome.
Just fucking walking around.
That
Let me get my peanut butter.
I've seen on Facebook guys like walking around in that dinosaur
Yeah.
blow up one. Yeah,
That's
yeah.
so cool,
That's pretty creative.
I like that. That's
That
lot.
kind of like on a personal level tops it. I mean, you've got all the stuff in the news.
Yeah.
We're not here to talk
Yeah,
about that.
yeah, I was just getting
that
all
shit's
personal.
crazy.
Right.
But on the personal side, the level of people that go out there and try to just protect themselves in asinine ways.
Yeah, I agree 1,000%. And to go back to the one thing you were saying too, like you said, we're not going to talk about.
Yeah.
There's civil unrest and everything, and that we don't have a place in that. All we can say is that, you know, we're here. If you want to email us and pick our brains about how to feel comfortable during one of the most drastic times in our generation, maybe we can give you a laugh. Yeah. But honestly, we'd have no room to speak about anything.
I lean on alcohol heavily.
Yeah.
Which I mean, I hope we're giving them laughs just in this time that we're sitting together.
Yeah, absolutely. And to go back into helping people, it kind of plays into the worst thing that I saw during the pandemic.
Pandy.
And it freaked me out, man. I actually had to go home and like shake it off. So I was out doing normal errands, and I wanted to swing by a local Sheetz to put air in my tire because you know it's southwestern Pennsylvania winter. It goes -5, then it goes 45 degrees. You know, so my one tire was low, so I pull in and there's an older, not older, maybe like 50s gentleman putting air in his tires, and he starts waving me on like, "Hey man, come up here." So I mean, I'm not getting out of my car. I'm helpful, but I'm not stupid. So I pull up and I roll the window down and I'm like, "What's up, buddy?" And not to denigrate a specific certain person, but he definitely had a southern accent. And he was like, "I don't understand how any of this shit works. Do you know how this pump works?" And I before I could say like,
Great southern accent.
yeah, like push the button to get to like put the 32, then put the. I couldn't even.
Oh, it was one of the automated ones that you set.
You set it, and
I love those ones. By the way,
they're phenomenal.
Yeah.
It couldn't be easier.
And it could be easier. So before I can even tell him to go through the most user-friendly device that I've seen at Sheetz, aside from touchscreens, he turns to the pump and he turns the actual air dispenser over and starts stabbing the display screen violently.
That'll do it.
He was screaming, "Fuck this, fuck this." I was like, well, don't need air in my tire. Rolled the window up and just see you later.
I'll go to the next Sheetz 5 minutes down the road.
Yeah, they're the Starbucks boo of gas stations.
Let me tell you a little thing about Starbucks.
So on the topic of all of this,
Yeah,
you guys both know that hockey, and for Pittsburgh, they're allowing 2,800.
yeah,
I went to the game the first time back.
yeah, dude. I was actually really fucking jealous you got to go.
Yeah, how was it?
It was awesome.
Awesome.
The upgrades that they made to the stadium to make sure that there's safety were better than I expected.
Cool.
I heard that they have a drone fly over after games and all that.
That's awesome.
But that's not even what I was trying to. Have you guys seen the article? I think it came out on Yahoo, I don't know if you even read Yahoo. What is it anymore?
Yeah, I didn't know
But-
it was still a thing.
You can't comment on Yahoo now. I'll tell you that. They disabled comments
Oh,
for
well.
good reason.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
There was an article out that on the Penguin social media, they posted a picture of the fans in the stand that
Oh
game.
yeah.
And they photoshopped masks.
On 2 of them, yeah.
I will tell you that the ushers were really good at walking up and down,
Yeah.
pointing people out. You could only uncover when you're actively eating or taking a drink. I thought it was hilarious.
I mean, it's not a take I like to get into on mask, no mask, whatever. I mean, I support the mask thing.
Oh,
anyway.
absolutely.
But to blame the Penguins for basically, I think what they were trying to do was help those 2 people out in that post by just being like, yeah, they had their masks on. Don't seek them out and yell at them.
Yeah.
And then the Penguins had to take the blame. If the Penguins posted it without them being masked, they would have got hell.
Yeah.
If they posted it photoshopped,
Yeah.
they got hell.
So
you know who should have taken the blame? And I will die on
The
this
fucking
hill?
people not wearing the mask.
yeah.
Fucking Bob Nutting.
Okay. Next
So,
topic.
next topic.
Next topic.
One of these days, I'm gonna give you a segment, and we're just Adam and I are just gonna go
Just-
drink whiskey.
Yeah.
And
And just let me rant.
it's like today is the day that we lose all of our viewership.
And then we then we just tell him we posted it and just send him the link.
just send them a copy of it. Like it sounds really good.
Pretty good. And then when he says, "How many views did I get?" Oh, like 1,000. It's great.
So
We only have like 150 likes, but you got 1,000 views.
Yeah.
oh, look at you, buddy! You're killing it.
Way to go, little guy.
So the other thing I put out there, I got some pretty funny responses here, is the mock-up of Betty White going All Elite. So she signed her contract with All Elite. So the 90, almost 100-year-old Betty White signing to be All Elite. And I asked everybody, what would her finisher be called?
She's lucky she's not going all in the crematorium.
Dude. Survivor though, she's the last standing of all the Golden Girls.
I'm just
Yeah.
saying, we need to check on Betty.
No, I think they got her in one of them bubbles.
They
She's
need
like,
it.
she's like a bubble
Yeah,
boy.
she's like
now.
John Travolta.
She's
in
a
that
national treasure.
Stupid movie that he was in.
Yeah.
Which was made way funnier with Jake Gyllenhaal. Was that who that was?
Jake Gyllenhaal did Bubble Boy, yep.
Bubble Boy was the shit, man. Put that on
He
your list
actually
for
made
things to watch
something
during the
funny.
pandemic. Yeah, but some of the names we got here was the Hurricane Rana, a play on her terrible aging hips. The Bingo Night, which is a rolling blue thunder power bomb. One of the ones I like a ton here is the St. Olaf Choke Slam, which I thought was pretty funny. And then the one that I probably came close to peeing myself reading was the Murder, She Wrote, which is a tag team move with Angela Lansbury.
Oh, what would their tag team name be?
Oh, that's a really good question.
I really want a tag team name for them.
So, I mean, you're talking about 2 stalwarts in the industry through multiple decades. Angela Lansbury and Betty White ring bells.
I mean, you just go like Golden Girl Killers.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You know what though?
The Golden Killers instead of the Golden Lovers.
Golden Killers. Golden She Wrote. Yeah.
Okay, so
It
on
just sounds like they're peeing on stuff.
But I want to say that real quick before you go to the next thing. I want to say the way that this was presented to me, the one with Angela Lansbury, the email was, we'll call it the Murder, She Wrote, as long as that bitch Angela Lansbury can come out of retirement, which is why it was so funny for me.
Out of retirement, is she still with us?
She is still with
Oh,
us.
okay,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah, no,
Then
she's
that's
no,
good.
out of
And then-
retirement from the grave.
I wasn't sure if it was
Does that hurt
possible.
my legacy?
The long retirement.
I stopped my fandom of Angela Lansbury at 12.
Oh, come on.
So if I'm coming up with a finisher for her,
Yeah.
right? So you guys have seen that viral video of the drunk guy at the MMA fight
Yeah.
where it's like, give him the old dick twist.
Yeah.
Twist the dick. I'm calling Betty White's finisher the old clam stamper.
Oh my god.
Dear God.
Think of a Bronco Buster.
Could you imagine Excalibur calling that?
I can, because again, I hate that guy.
Well, so
Segway.
He's getting the forbidden shotgun
oh dear God. So
right before I give it to myself.
I like this. You
Again, I'm going to call him out every week until he gets fired or improves.
Don't worry. Paul White will take it.
You're not a wrestler and you're not Mexican. Take the mask off.
yeah. Was he ever
Idiot.
Was he ever in Lucha? Was he ever?
He was, I don't know. I know he was in Pro Wrestling Guerrilla, which is California, which is in Mexico.
So it's funny that
And he said a lot of bad words in that promotion that you can look up on YouTube.
Yeah, you can.
He's an asshole.
So you say that you hate Excalibur, but the Wrestling Observer Awards came out, and Excalibur won Best TV Announcer.
Sounds like my girlfriend's kid.
Mom. So these Wrestling Observer Awards came out, and I was reading through them, and Excalibur winning one, I'm pretty sure you were like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
I know there's a couple we can agree on here. First and foremost, best on interviews, Eddie Kingston.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I can tell you which ones. I can tell you on two fingers the two I agree with.
Oh, yeah.
Which is Eddie Kingston and the Dark Side of the Ring, best documentary. Yes. Dark Side of the Ring, Owen Hart was a very well done documentary.
Dark Side of the Ring started off.
And then I'm done with that list.
Yeah. Well, I want to just give a quick shout out to one of my favorite awards here, and that was the best flying wrestler that went to Ray Phoenix.
Okay, I agree with that.
Yeah, I think Ray Phoenix is hands down the best lucha right now.
And when I say done with the list, I just mean done with what I like. If you want to know what I don't like, I'll rant for it.
I want to hear how much you absolutely hate. Because I can already feel the steam coming off of you.
So, this is put out by PWI, right? Which is, I mean, Dave Meltzer's like their head.
Right. Which you could definitely see some of the choices.
That's what I was going to say. So, Dave Meltzer is the catalyst for AEW even being a thing.
Yes.
He, knowingly issued the challenge to Young Bucks and Cody to do All In and sell it out, and they did.
Yeah.
So, he's been the fanniest fanboy of AEW since it started, which he used to be a fanboy of New Japan.
Right.
So, I mean, if you look down the list, everything that's best or most or greatest or blah is AEW.
Yeah.
And everything that's shit, crap,
WWE
is WWE.
And he took a shot at Raw, which is hilarious.
Which, I mean, I don't totally disagree that WWE's anything great, but, you're really shoehorning some AEW people in there.
Oh, they're on AEW's nuts.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Well, I think, too, that really kind of feeds through with...
But totally forgotten in this is New Japan Pro Wrestling.
Yeah, there's nothing.
They're just his stepchild now.
Yeah,
he does not give a fuck.
He does not care, and I think that's why he needs to have the forbidden door open so he can start liking some other stuff.
Yeah, okay. Somebody else is getting the forbidden shotgun now.
Yeah.
Excalibur, I'm coming for you. Meltzer, and then myself.
Calling you out, Excalibur.
Oh man, this does not sound good.
You want this heat, Excalibur? You come down to the Jojitorium.
These are the kind of clips they play on that chapter.
The one thing that...
It's all a joke. I would never hurt
Absolutely. The one thing that I know that Adam is going to lose his mind about is the Ric Flair Award went to Jon Moxley, which I think is deserved.
What does the Ric Flair Award mean?
Wrestler of the Year. The man defended titles over 3 promotions.
No. And I agree with it, but I think a little bit that takes away from it is he's an AEW wrestler.
Yeah.
So it's it comes with this asterisk that doesn't need to be there.
I will say, however, though, the blow up of Jon Moxley since he left Dean Ambrose.
Oh yeah.
Because WWE obviously wasn't using him right.
No.
And he's proving that every time.
Even taking him to the level where they made him the world champion, they still were misusing. You pushed him to the moon basically, but it was all in the wrong way.
Yeah.
He played that psychotic role.
Yeah, but it was
really well.
But it was cartoonish.
But it was, yeah.
Yeah, it needed to be more adult.
He showed his skill set by playing what they wanted.
Yeah.
But moving to AEW and taking their chains off.
The one that sticks...
Phenomenal.
Speaking of WWE Psycho, the one that sticks out to me the most where I turned Raw for a few months was he came out with a hot dog cart and sprayed people with ketchup and mustard.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
that's just a throwback to Stone Cold in the beer truck.
Yeah, but lame.
Well,
fucking lame.
It's no longer the Attitude Era, sir.
Well, you know what? You're on the USA Network after 10 p.m. Do something.
Well, I would say, too, there's that...
Put the kids to bed.
There's that.
They're not buying the merch.
There's that long lost idea too that at some point that AJ Lee was supposed to have a storyline where she went to a sanatorium or something, and that's where she met Dean Ambrose, and they were supposed to be a mixed tag team duo.
That would have been killer.
That would have been amazing.
You know what? I would love AEW.
But dude, yeah, as much as I like I do like his AEW work, and I do like AEW. I just don't like the fluff piece.
No.
They got this year in the Observer. But his work in New Japan has been ridiculous.
The defense of the IWGP title was amazing.
Yeah.
Against Kenta.
If AJ Lee's going to visit any Torium, she can come to the Jojitorium.
You know what?
I bet she doesn't drink anymore, though.
No. AJ?
Yeah, because
there's no way.
That's straight edge life.
That's straight edge life. I tell you what, though, man.
I'd still come over for a photo op, though.
Yeah, absolutely. I tell you what, if she's coming over here to talk to us, we're doing something right.
Yeah.
And
we ain't.
But while we're on the AEW kind of topic, we've got the pay-per-view tomorrow.
Yeah, I was just going to bring this up.
Yeah.
And the hidden sixth participant in the ladder match.
Wait!
Well, there's
But
two.
not only that,
Okay, you got it.
when Paul White came out, a.k.a. Big Show,
I know.
He came out.
BS.
Yeah, I loved that, by the way.
Yeah.
I loved that play.
I loved it both sides. I loved it because I like how it was like double entendre, but I also loved everyone on Twitter was like, fuck that shirt, it's so stupid. I was like, you're stupid. So,
Yeah, you fell for it.
Yeah.
I liked the motto, but the T-shirt was so badly done.
Yeah,
but it looked like shit.
It looked like someone like took a paintbrush real quick. Oh, hurry up, get a shirt done.
But for those that didn't see
Yeah.
the episode, he came out and said that he's now got scoops too, and AEW is signing a Hall of Famer.
Well, no.
Hall of Fame worthy.
Hall of Fame worthy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I'm telling you right now, if Kurt Angle or somebody like that comes out right now, I'm gonna take Adams for well-known shotgun or whatever, and I'm gonna put it to my temple.
You're gonna like my two picks for who it is.
So,
Jesus Christ.
So I dabble in the wrestling thing.
Yeah.
You two are more into it than I am, and that's
I'm a total mark.
We can still jab about it. That's fine.
Yeah.
But coming from your guys' perspective, I want to know who you guys think the two are.
Okay.
Go for
The
it.
ladder match and the surprise.
So the ladder match for me, it could be anybody in free agency. I do have a dream pick. I have no educated guess on who it is, but I do have a dream pick.
Okay.
And I think he already re-signed with New Japan, and I think he's stuck in New Japan. And there's actually two guys from New Japan, now that I think about it. I would like for it to be Jay White, or I would like for it to be Tama Tonga.
God, you took my guess. I was
for the ladder match.
I was going to say Tama Tonga because he needs to come in there and take back Bullet Club.
Yeah. And then as far as the Hall of Fame worthy guy, I do think I want it to be, and I'll throw all my money at AEW forever, and I'll give Excalibur a kiss on the lips if it's CM Punk, but I don't think it's CM Punk.
He's already come out and
Yeah.
said
Yeah.
But
Well,
I mean, it could
also,
be.
too,
But
like,
that could be a work. It could be swerve,
it
but
is.
I don't think it is.
When you work, brother, you might be working a work because you're in a work, brother.
You're working that work into a shoot, brother.
I do like the way that he came out on Twitter. He's like,
it's
ask us
not
anything, and I'll
me.
give you a free question.
Yeah.
It's not me. The Blackhawks are playing that day.
Smart.
So-
I love that too. Man.
So that's my dream pick.
Yeah.
My realistic pick is I think it's either Kurt Angle. Well, you want to hate it? You want to hate a pick worse than that?
Yeah.
Ken Shamrock.
God damn it.
Because Ken Shamrock would not be Hall of Fame worthy in wrestling,
That's true.
but in MMA.
yeah.
Ooh.
No.
Ooh.
Yeah,
Damn.
that's
Ooh, I
Ken
like
Shamrock.
that.
and he's still active.
Ken Shamrock got into the Impact Hall
Yes,
of Fame.
but he's been suspended. Oh yeah, that's true too.
Yeah.
and he's been suspended indefinitely from TNA, from what I understand.
Yeah.
So that opens him up.
It does open him up.
So not either choice do I like, but they're both realistic.
If Kurt Angle comes out, I don't know how
I just
I'm gonna be able to handle this.
I just hope he can. I just hope he can go. If he comes in, I don't want him to be. I want him in the ring, and I want him in the ring healthy.
Yeah.
If it's not that, then it's a waste of time. For me,
Right.
because he is one of my favorites.
Ken Shamrock?
No, Angle.
Angle. No. Oh, through the Attitude Era, he was in my top
Yeah.
three. Yeah.
No, I think Shamrock can go if he comes in. I just don't think that's worth this hype.
So, I want to say that I think the mystery person in the ladder match is the whole effing show, Rob Van Dam.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
I've heard him rumored as the
Yeah.
scoop guy too, but he would be better in the ladder match.
I would
agree.
love to see, because he still goes, man. Like, his matches on Impact look really good. He's a great actor, great writer. He's still athletic.
Yeah.
He can do the Topa Suicida that everyone wants to scream on AEW.
Yeah, and I don't know how old he is, but he hasn't aged badly. He just kind of like bloated up a little bit.
Well, he's
like being on a Sunday morning
about smoking weed. So I'm sure it's like weed, Cheetos, and they're going side by side. He's like, and now I'm gonna go do Rob Van Dam splits somewhere.
Ricky Williams.
Ricky Williams. I give that man a lot of credit. He's reborn, and he's doing a great job. Bless Ricky. I love Ricky. I hope that you do. Hope you keep smoking weed and reaching out to Jesus Christ, buddy. But for the signature, for the Hall of Fame worthy talent, I mean, I really want to see them really steal somebody away. And let me say this too. I want to see Scorpio Sky win that Face of the Revolution ladder match.
I'm with you on that. Unless it's a really good surprise person, like a young guy.
So I think the Hall of Fame worthy talent that they're going to sign is going to be none other than Jay Lethal from Ring of Honor. I think Jay Lethal. I think Jay Lethal.
That's a verbal punch in the face.
No. It's a great guess, but that's such a disappointment.
No, I don't know.
To everybody that paid $60 to see who the surprise was and just couldn't wait till the next morning to know it's some guy that also never made it.
Yeah, but no, Jay Lethal.
I'm not saying he's not good, but it's not worth the hype. It's the same as if it's Ken Shamrock.
I think Jay Lethal gives you that connection to Ring of Honor. I think he also opens you up to the other independent scenes like MPW and Beyond and all those other places. He wrestled in all those promotions too.
But is he signed to ROH?
He's signed to ROH. However,
they said whoever's coming is signing for 3 years. Okay.
So there's still a strong possibility because he was in his last bit of his contract, and ROH has not been putting him on the promotion. He was in like a Hurt Business style kind of.
Yeah, that's true.
And
I'm not. I don't think he's bad or any. I just don't think he's a. From somebody who doesn't watch AEW, he's not a name recognition guy.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah. I just, dude, the work he puts in
at
Ring of Honor is so good. That being said, I hope that. I mean, I'd like to see Jay Lethal, but if it was someone like a Kurt Angle, if it was someone of that ilk, like you said, I just hope that they're ambulatory.
What's the worst one you've seen rumored?
The worst one?
Yeah.
Oh, it's like anything under the sun. You could just name it like Del Fuego is going to come out to the ladder match. You've seen...
I've seen like Mark Henry and Bubba Ray Dudley.
Oh, yeah. Booker T has been rumored.
You know what? I'd take that. I would take that.
Hornswoggle.
I would shotgun that.
I mean, everyone comes out with their guesses, but I mean, I just want to see someone who can actually add to the promotion. I guess I'm not really looking for like the pop. I'm looking for that Brody Lee thing, man. Like he got a pop for me at home, but I don't think he's gonna he wouldn't like crush fans. But then he ended up being a great. I think that's what Jay Lethal is.
I mean, if you really think about it, it's a tough spot to put yourself in to say a Hall of Famer or Hall of Fame worthy that's still young enough to go and that'll make a difference. Yeah. Like it always, no matter what, it kind of seems like a waste. You either wasted the promotion to do it, or you're going to waste the back end of the talent to be in the ring still.
Betty White's coming in, by the way. She's signed. She's all elite. She's coming in.
Throwing Golden Girl Destroyers on everybody.
Yeah, her and Angela Lansbury.
There was one that was rumored that would be good, but I think he's under WWE contract now, which was Christian. Because I think he could still go.
The Peeps, baby.
Hall of Fame worthy, for sure.
He is.
But that's the only one that kind of made sense. But again, I mean, I'd be happy about that. But it's not. I'd like everybody else we said a little bit more. But he's definitely the one that could probably most still go out of.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. He's in the best shape.
I mean, RVD's right behind him.
Yeah.
So, you brought up what's the worst one you've heard.
Yeah.
I got them all beat.
Yeah.
From an outsider's perspective.
Yeah.
Emphasis on the outsider's perspective.
Oh, God.
No.
We've got Big Daddy Diesel, Kevin Nash going all elite because WWE
We're getting the band back together.
Owns the rights to NWO Black and White, but I don't know if that's all encompassing.
It is.
I hope so.
So you bring the Wolfpack in. You've already got Paul White.
You can call him the old
You've
world.
got Sting.
Old world order.
EWO. Elderly World Order.
Paul
White, Kevin Nash, Sting, and they recruit the Darby Allin, And anybody else from AEW.
Did you call him the Darby Allin?
The Darby Allin.
The Darby Allin.
The Darby Allin. Put some respect on that name.
Put some respect on that little guy. He's gonna do really well in that street fight. I really think he's going to. He's gonna do a coffin drop from like 80 feet.
I'm interested to see that for sure.
Well, I think if we talk about any other kind of wrestling, that we're just gonna put ourselves in the weeds further.
Yeah.
Because honestly, you guys are all wrong. It's gonna be Betty White.
Nah.
I'm gonna pop at my house, and my wife is gonna just want to leave me.
If it is, I hope she gets thrown into that street brawl, and Darby Allin coffin drops her.
Don't worry, bro.
I pay money for that.
You can stay with me.
So, we're coming to a close, and it was another great episode. We got to put out our socials. So, Adam, if you want to make those drops.
Sure. On Instagram, we're at @bash_brew. And on Facebook, you could probably just type in Bash Brew, but we're also at Bash Brewing for Facebook. And I just wanted to say in the closeout here, thanks to everybody on Facebook that follows the brewery and is supporting us by asking for bottles and trying our stuff and posting our stuff. It's very much appreciated. It's getting us recognized, just so you know. And it really means the world to me on a sincere moment on this podcast. Please continue to do it. Share it with your friends. And I'll keep making beer for you.
Yeah, on the Bash Brew side, all you got to do is #ask about them.
Yeah. Always.
Yeah.
#ask about them.
From the podcast side, I want to thank everybody that's actually given us a listen on the first episode.
Absolutely.
Reached out to us. We see the growth. We appreciate everybody out there. And we're really doing it to have fun and make people laugh. So
yeah, again, to echo everybody here, we're doing some pretty cool things, and we want to just give you guys something to laugh about or drink or escape for a minute. Don't forget you can catch all of our socials for Decaying with the Boys. We're on everything: Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. You can catch us at DWTB. And until next time.
And Spotify. Not to cut you off.
And
Spotify. You can just search us up on Spotify.
Yeah.
If you're not already listening to us there.
Yeah, and I look forward to seeing Josh drink all those fuzzy, sugary drinks.
Man, that's going to be rough. On anybody that gets it.
Yeah.
It's going to be rough.
Yeah. All right, boys, let's get the brewing.
Hey.
Let's go.
Happy birthday, Matt.
Thanks. Well, that's it. The end to another episode Decaying with the Boys. Thanks for tuning in to listen to us. You can find us on Instagram at DecayingWTB, and please keep sending in those listener emails, decayingwtb@gmail.com. If you want to continue to find out what's happening in the Brew Lab, follow up with Adam's Instagram page at @bash_brew, and we're always on Untapped at Bash Brew. Until next time.